Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class, we were talking in the chapter metal and non-metal, we were discussing about the chemical properties of the metal. In the chemical properties of the metal, student, we have already discussed, we have already seen that how the metal used to show the reaction with oxygen, how the formation of our oxide happens here, as well as we have also seen that how the reaction of the metal occur with the water. So water, the cold water, hot water, even with the steam also, it shows the reaction to form the hydroxide or oxide. Then we have understood in the last class that how the reaction occur when how the metal it react with the acid in order to form the salt and the hydrogen gas is released along with it. So here, when it reacts with the dilute sulfuric acid, then metal chloride is formed. When it reacts with the sulfuric acid, then metal sulfate is formed. And when it reacts with the nitric acid, then metal nitrate is formed. Although we have seen in case of a dilute nitric acid, it is a very strong oxidizing agent. So instead of using it in the form of a dilute only, okay, we will use it dilute, but we must add a more amount of water. We will make it more dilute in order to show the reaction. Only then the metal nitrate will be formed. Otherwise, it will oxidizes the hydrogen gas into water. Then we have seen aqua regia. Aqua regia is what? It is the substance. It is actually a mixture of made up of. It's also called as a royal water. And here it is made up. Aqua regia is made up of in the 3:1, 3 part of hydrochloric acid and 1 part of a nitric acid are mixes together. That will help in formation of aqua regia. So normally, in order to dissolve gold, we use the aqua regia. Okay, so we can say here that gold or platinum, these are the noble metals, and in order to dissolve them, we use aqua regia instead of using any kind of acid. So this is about the different kind of chemical properties. Now moving on, and we will continue with the chemical properties, and this time we will see the reaction of the metals, reaction with the metal salt. Reaction with the metal salt. How the reaction happens with metal salt? Reaction with the metal salt. So till now, student, we have seen that a metal used to react with acid, metal will react with water, metals react with the oxygen also. So the reaction we have already seen. What will happen if these metals, they are mixed it or they are kept into the metal salt? So there the metal, if it is more reactive, it displaces the metal salt, and if it is less reactive than that of the metal salt which is already there, then no reaction will take place. It is like that of a displacement reaction, in which the more reactive metal will displaces the less reactive metal to form the other kind of a metal salt. So we can write here that if suppose a metal A is there plus, then salt the solution of B. Salt the solution B is there, then formation of the reaction will be like, it will be, I am writing it here, so it will be salt solution of A plus metal B. Metal B. It means if a metal A is taken as a, when this reacts with the salt solution, suppose we have taken it a BC, then there is a formation of, this will displaces this and it will become B plus AC. So BA has displaces the less reactive metal which is B, and thus the formation of a AC occur. Okay, so here the more reactive will displaces the less reactive metal, students. Okay, so we will try to understand this in the with that of the different examples. So here we are going to see the zinc. So zinc granules, when it is put into the copper sulfate solution, now the blue color it fades and the reddish brown color of copper is observed on the surface of the zinc. Okay, so we can write here zinc when react with the copper sulfate. Copper sulfate is in the aqueous form, zinc is in the solid form, and when the reaction happens, then formation of a zinc sulfate ZnSO4 plus copper, which is a reddish brown color, will be obtained as it is. This copper sulfate is what? It is a blue solution, blue color. Here the color it fades away. Okay, copper sulfate. Okay, the color it fades. This is what? This is reddish brown. This is reddish brown color. Reddish brown. Reddish brown color. Okay, so what happened here? You see, this is a metal A. When it reacts with the salt solution, that is copper sulfate, then it displaces the copper. So by this we came to know one more thing, that copper is what? It is less reactive than that of the zinc, and thus zinc can easily displaces the copper, and instead of that it will form a sulfate solution with that of the zinc. So salt solution, the sulfate, zinc sulfate is formed here, and reddish brown copper is formed. Okay, so we can say here that this is a kind of a reaction of a metal salt in which the more reactive displaces the less reactive. Let us see another one, that when iron is dipped into the copper sulfate, this is what? Again blue color. Iron being more reactive than copper, it will form iron sulfate. This is what? This is green color. Plus copper is formed, which is reddish brown. Copper is formed, which is a reddish brown. Okay, so iron reacts with the copper sulfate. Let us see the another one, that when copper reacts with the silver nitrate. So when copper reacts with the silver nitrate AgNO3, okay, AgNO3, then this is a solid one, this is an aqueous form of a silver nitrate. Then the formation of a copper nitrate, copper being more reactive than that of the silver, it will displaces the silver and it will become CuNO3 whole twice, and Ag, which is a silver metal, will came out. Okay, so this is a copper nitrate, aqueous form of a copper nitrate. Copper nitrate. Okay. So this is how we can say that the reaction of the metal with the salt solution. So if the metal is more reactive than the salt solution, then obviously it will displaces the other less reactive metal and form the salt solution or form the metal salt. Now moving on, and we will see that reaction of the metals with chlorine. How it will react with the chlorine and what is the product formed by the metal when it reacts with the chlorine. So, reaction with the chlorine. So, when the metal react with the chlorine, it will form metal chlorides. Okay. So, metal plus chlorine is called as metal chloride. It will form metal chloride. It will form the metal chloride. Okay. Now what happened? Here it is a sodium. When the sodium reacts with the chlorine, that is Cl2. So sodium is what? It is in the solid form while the chlorine is in the gaseous form. Then there is a formation of a NaCl which is in the aqueous form. Now we can balance it. So sodium reacting with the chlorine forms the metal chloride which is the sodium chloride. Same thing with that of a calcium. Calcium also, it is in the solid state, react with the Cl2 which is in the gaseous state to form a calcium chloride which is CuCl2 in the aqueous form. Now it is already balanced here. Okay. Actually calcium chloride is in the solid state. Okay, it is in the solid state. Even the sodium chloride that we obtain here will also be in the solid state. Okay, so this is the reaction of the metal with the chlorine. Let us see the reaction of the metal with the hydrogen. So reacting with the hydrogen will make it to form the hydride, metal hydride. It will form metal hydride. Okay, forms a metal hydride. Now, what happened here? Sodium Na will react with the hydrogen H2. Then there is a formation of a metal hydride, that is NaH. Okay, so sodium hydride is formed here, NaH, in the form of a solid state. Sodium hydride. Sodium hydride is formed here. Then we will balance it also. This will be 2Na. Okay, sodium. Then calcium also react with the hydrogen. It is in the solid state and it will form with the gas. It will form CaH2. It is also in the solid form. Okay, calcium hydride. Okay, this is a calcium hydride. So reaction with the hydrogen will make it to form the metal hydride here. Okay, so this is all the different types of chemical properties that we have seen in case of the metal. How they react with oxygen, how they react with the water, with the acid, with the metal, with the hydrogen, with the chlorine, even with the metal salts also. Okay, now moving on, and we will see that we said in case of the metal salt that there are metals which are reactive than the other one. Even when we were discussing about the different reactions, we have said that the metals, they are reactive, there are metals which are less reactive. So to understand this, we must know the series which is called as reactivity series of metal. So we can say here that actually the vigorous reaction of the metal with the acid or with that of the any other substance, this happens because of the reactivity. Or metal can be reactive, can be less reactive, and on the basis of that it shows the displacement also. So we can write here, that is, suppose magnesium is there. magnesium react with the hydrochloric acid to form MgCl2. Vitreous reaction will occur here, students, and H2 is released along with it. It will be 2HCl, right? The same thing with the zinc also. Zinc also react with the hydrochloric acid in order to form zinc chloride ZnCl2, and H2 is again released here. So we can say the reaction happens here also because zinc is less reactive than that of a hydrogen. What will happen if the copper react with the hydrochloric acid? So you can see here that there will be no reaction take place. While in case of a copper, when the copper reacts with the zinc sulfate, there again no reaction will take place. Why is this so? Why the no reaction is there showing, student? Because in the upper two reactions, here magnesium is more reactive than that of hydrogen, and thus it displaces hydrogen and form magnesium chloride. The same thing with that of the zinc also. Zinc react with the hydrochloric acid in which it displaces the hydrogen to form the zinc chloride. Here, in case of a copper, copper is less reactive than that of a hydrogen, and since it is less reactive, so it will not going to form or it will not going to show any kind of a reaction. So no reaction will take place. While here also, when the copper reacts with the sulfuric acid, since it is not able to react with the hydrogen in the sulfuric acid, thus no reaction will take place in this case. Okay, so by this we came to know that there are metals which are reactive, which are not reactive also. Again, let me draw the reactivity series again. Although I had described this in first chapter, but just remind you again the reactivity series is starting with the metal, that is potassium. Then after potassium, it is sodium. Then calcium, then magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, then copper, hydrogen, then copper. I am writing here after a student, mercury, silver, and then gold. Mercury, silver and gold. This is the what? Decreasing reactivity series. Okay, this is the decreasing reactivity series. Symbol, you all know how to show that. K, this is Na, calcium is there Ca, magnesium is there Mg, then aluminium is represented by Al, then zinc is represented by Zn, iron Fe, tin is there which is represented by Pv. Okay. Then lead, Pb, hydrogen, you know that, capital H, copper, Cu, mercury, Hg, silver, Ag, and gold, Au. Okay, this is the symbol and this is the decreasing decreasing reactivity series. This is the most reactive and this is the least reactive. So with the help of this we are able to find it that which one is more reactive, which one is less reactive, and then according to that we can show the reaction easily, whether it will show the reaction, whether the reaction is feasible, it will take place or not. Okay. There is a method also by which we can memorize the reactivity series, student. In Hindi language, we can say here that केदारनाथ का माली आलू जरा फीके पकाता है, आलू जरा फीके से पकाता है, कोई है आगे आई. This is a method by which we are able to memorize the reactivity series very easily. So this is about the metal, student. Now let us see that what are the uses of the metals. Uses. Starting with the first one, student, and that is iron. Basically iron is used in the construction purpose, and the reason is having high tensile strength. So low cost and high tensile strength is made it to use in the construction purpose. Okay, as well as it is also used in making alloys. Okay, so we can say here that it is construction of machines, machine tools. Then construction of machine tool, then used in making alloys, like stainless steel. Okay, so it is also used in making alloys. Second one is copper. Copper, it is used in making electrical wire because of a good conductivity. It is a good conductor, and it is also used for making utensils, obviously because of a good thermal conductor. So electrical conductivity and property of a thermal conductivity made it to use as the electric wire as well as the utensils. Then aluminium. Used for many things, students. So first thing, that it is used for utensils, as it is a very good conductor of a heat. Utensils or any household equipment is also prepared by this. Then alloys, it is also used as alloys, as it provide make the thing a rust proof. That's why it is also used for alloys. They are light, they are strong. Making bodies of automobiles. Bodies of automobiles. Then electrical work. Then for foil, aluminium foil is used for wrapping material. wrapping material. So we can say here that it is the aluminium foil. Aluminium foil is used for wrapping material. Then the next one is the zinc. So we will see that where we will use the zinc also. What is the uses of zinc? Zinc is what? It is used for the galvanizing to the iron in order to protect it from rust. Okay. So for galvanization, it is used for galvanization or galvanizing the iron. And the second one is used as a container for dry cells. Containers of dry cells. Containers of dry cell. Next one is gold. Use of gold. It is used for making jewelries. This is the first one. For making jewelries, and the reason why it is used for jewelry because it is having a good nature, having lustrous effect. Luster, obviously it is used for the jewelry. Then the next one is silver. Making jewelry. Okay. Silver foil is also used for decorating sweets. For decorating sweets. Next one is mercury. Use of mercury. Mercury, it is used in thermometer and barometer. Thermometer and barometer. Thermometer and barometer. Then platinum. Platinum. In case of a platinum, it is used in making electrode for laboratory. For laboratory and industrial use. And industrial use. Okay, so it is used for laboratory. Electrodes are used to you for laboratory as well as for industrial uses. Finally, lead. So use of lead is used in making the inverter or car batteries. Used in car and for making car and inverter, batteries. Then lead pipe are also used. Lead pipe are used for transporting corrosive chemical. Corrosive transporting for corrosive chemicals in chemical plants. Okay. So this is what these are the different uses of the metal, students.